Good morning, everyone. Today is day one. It's November the 14th. The sun is coming up. It's 27 degrees and it's 6:30 in the morning. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. This is the view from the lodge. I'm getting ready to walk away and head out. It's going to be a fantastic day. When you head out from the lodge, one of the ways you can go is down this sidewalk, and you can go down some stairs that lead to the back way to start the trail. Now, if you wanted to actually walk down the road for a little over a mile, you would get down to the arch. There is no transportation or shuttle available from the lodge down to the arch or to the top of the falls. And so, because I am going to be doing a 15 mile day today, I did not want to add those additional miles to my day. I'm trying to do this hike in 3 days out and 3 days back. So you literally are right behind the lodge right now. They have a little crosswalk here in yellow. And you get ready to head down these steps. And as you can see, top of the falls, visitor center, AT approach trail. You can go this way as well to get there. This is a longer way to get to the approach trail than just walking directly down the road, but it's a safer way. That road is not really safe to walk down. I'm the only person out this morning, and I'll check back in with you in a little bit. I've walked 0.1 mile, and here you get to the sign, which is top of the falls overlook, visitor center, and then going back this direction to go back up to the lodge. And it has a sign there that says trail to lodge. Anyway, top of the falls, you would go down this direction, down the steps and down that road. But if you continue coming around here, then here is a sign that says AT approach trail and the hike in trail. That is the road, that is the path that I'm going to be taking. And because this is not part of the AT, you'll see that that is a blue blaze on that tree. I'll be blue blazing until I get to Springer Mountain. It's 7.25 miles to Springer. Across the street. Okay, be aware, blue blazing. There aren't a lot of rocks on the trail so far, which is awesome. I can tell you it is frigid cold, cold. Okay, at this point, that green blaze indicates going to the hike in, and you can either go down this pathway, which will take you to the hike in, or you can continue going this direction to the approach trail, which is the direction I'll be going. Hey everybody. So, I'm not gonna lie to you, see how red these cheeks are? It's cold, and it is windy. I just checked my little thermometer. It's 30 degrees. And you know what 30-degree weather does? It turns on the faucet to nose drool. I know you won't be able to tell, but that was coming up a pretty steep mountain. And here we are. Oh. Ready to go up that direction. It's beautiful. It is just beautiful. And the sun is right over there. I thought that was resin from the trees rubbing together, but that is ice. So I'm coming up. That's all ice, frost, heavy frost from last night. You know, I get to this crossroads and I'm trying to think, okay, which way do I go? There's a blue blaze on that concrete. There's a blue blaze up on that tree, if you can see it. But I turned around this way and there's a chair. That is hysterical. There is a chair by the fire pit. You just have to wonder who hauled the chair up here. There's the sun. I saw a buck this morning. He ran off before I could get my camera out. This is an awesome day. Choices, right? This is my choice, and it's a good one. This is where an airplane crashed, and unfortunately, I am so short. I tried to video the top of that sign in July, and it just didn't turn out. I'll try again today. Maybe it'll pick it up since I'm videoing instead of trying to take a photo. So we're at Springer Mountain. This is the southern terminus of the Appalachian Trail. I'm thrilled to be here. Awesome. So you see the white marker here. Whoops, that's a white marker. We've come off the blue blaze because the approach trail is over now. From Amicalola and from Springer, then you head onto the official AT. There's your white blaze right there on the tree. I love this rock. It's beautiful. You want to know how cold it is today? You see those icicles under there? It's cold. Blistex, a nose roll rag, gloves. It's awesome. Look at that. Oh gosh, is that so pretty? Oh, so beautiful. Oh my gosh. It is 44 degrees now. It's warmed up. I guess that's why everything is starting to melt. Oh gosh, that is so pretty. What a special treat. I just love that. Makes it completely worth getting up in freezing weather to go hike. This has been the most exciting day. I'm just so excited. Sorry, got a little tricked up there. I saw those beautiful icicles, and then I came around a corner and there were 3 men standing there, and I went, okay. And there were 2 19-year-olds with their grandpa, and they were finishing their hike from Katahdin. They're on the way to Springer. They have less than a mile to go. They're not going to Amicalola. They're finishing in Springer. I just thought that was exceptional. And their grandfather drove here from Kansas City to pick them up. Gosh, isn't that inspiring? Incredible. Coming up on a double blaze, which means there's an intersection here or another path. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Bent Mackay Trail. Yeah. So you can go this direction or this direction to head on to Bent Mackay, but we're going to continue straight on the AT right here. And I was giving some thought to starting from Amicalola or starting from Springer, and I think because I've done Amicalola twice, I did one in July and now it's November and I'm doing it, that I'm going to start from Springer. I feel like I've done it twice and that's good. I'm glad I did it. I don't regret it, but I think I'd rather just get started with my hike. So anyway, sometimes you have answers when you go and just you're quiet for a moment, and that's what I've decided I'm going to do. I want to tell you a story about that Springer Mountain parking lot. I couldn't find where the next shelter was after Springer, and I had to double back, and I spent the night in the Springer Mountain parking lot in July. That was interesting. I've shared that story with you all already in my Shakedown 1 hike. Whoa! I just walked into a tree. Sorry. Anyway, that night I was in my tent, pitch black. I'm the only one around. Nobody, I mean, who else is gonna tent in the parking lot area? It's just what I had to do. And I kept hearing these sounds outside my tent. And I knew that it wasn't a raccoon or a squirrel or a deer. It just didn't sound like that. And I knew it wasn't a bear because it just, the paw prints, the footprints, the sound just didn't sound, and I heard no huffing like from a bear. And so I didn't know what it was, but it was right around my tent, and I mean right next to my tent. I didn't open it to see what it was. I just thought, okay, live and let live. You go your way, I'm just gonna stay in here. Well, I was talking to Ron Brown. He used to be the state park manager, and he told me they were wild boar, that Springer Mountain is known for wild boar, and that there are a lot of them up here. And I said, okay. So I was never concerned about bears. I don't know why, I'm just not. Snakes? Yeah. So we had a long talk about snakes. I said, am I supposed to be afraid of boar? He said, you sure are. And I said, okay. He said, yeah. And I said, well, what am I supposed to do if I come across a wild boar? And he said, you don't turn your back. You back up slowly, very slowly. Because usually if there's one in front of you, there's one behind you. So slowly turn your head very slowly and see if there's one behind you. If there's not, then you need to back up until you can get to a tree or cluster of trees, and you need to wait it out. Do not run. Do not turn your back on them. And I said, well, what if they don't move? And he said, they'll move eventually, but you might be standing there for a while. I said, well, how do you know that? He said, besides the fact that I'm the park ranger, it's because I'm in the shuttle service now. I retired from being a park ranger. I do shuttles. And I had shuttled somebody and I had to go to the bathroom so bad. So I threw the door open and ran out into the middle of the woods so he could wee. And all of a sudden he heard something and he looked up and there were wild boar in front of him, 3 of them. And he turned around very slowly and there was one behind him. I said, oh my gosh, what did you do? He said, well, first I zipped up my pants. And then, this guy was hysterical. And then I waited until the one behind me walked over to the other group. And then I slowly backed up. And for whatever reason, they turned away from me. They were still there, but they turned away from me because they were foraging. And I ran to my truck as fast as I could and slammed that door. So the moral of this story is, if you hear something outside your tent in the summer, it's probably wild boar, and now you know what you need to do to take care of yourself. Yeah, because they can mortally wound you. No joke. Those were his words. Not very comforting. I want to show you this gorgeous pathway from Springer parking lot until you get to the first water source that comes up. And if you do not have water, you definitely need to fill up at this water source before you go further. This is a reliable water source. It is just beautiful in here. All of these rhododendrons, I can't imagine what they look like when they're blooming. When I came in July, of course, everything was green. None of the leaves had fallen. It was the middle of summer, 5,000 degrees and 1,000% humidity. But they weren't blooming at that time. I will tell you, when you come through here, depending on what month you come through, I lived in Georgia for a long time, done a lot of section and day hikes, and make sure you put picaridin on before you come hiking in these woods, because the mosquitoes, they're something. Okay, when you get down this far, here is the water source, and it is so clear, and boy is that water cold even in the middle of summer. This is Long Creek Falls. You can take the Blue Blaze and go down and see it, or you can continue on the AT. I've seen Long Creek Falls, so I'm going to continue on. This, let's look at the signs. The Benton Mackay Trail has a diamond, and the Appalachian Trail is heading that direction.